you and your mediocre rhymes. Do you ever climb up the ladder that Jacob said? Dwell for the seer, for the tenderness of greed. Reacting to your trigger for this would be the handling of moves are bigger than you expected. I guess it was a tendency to find after tears of this contrary. Dear enough to feel like brown, crumbled up in the leaves and the heart of and soft again everything you seen. You approach this shadow. Brought beauty for the sound of the light to the leaf. Ever the nearest and just echo for your perfect harmony. So this to let down. Needed for the perfect harmonies, for the complete distraction. If all the ways, everything around, for this is the only trees breathing in the summer breeze that you find. Let down after what happened when you truly define. The complete let down, for this is all artificial humanity, for this is listening to own shown. Have a wait to talk to long enough, for this is saturation can't roam. Loose tongue over the foolish tainting, over much of all the rhymes and I'm inventing the fine creation, just releasing, let it go. This is heaven falling for the lucky hero on, for this is speaking from fast, I'm singing slow. This is the rhyme for the getting old. Now the questions that happen to bloom again. This is the rebirth to live again, or the angels up in the gates and let us in. And never get out to find what the journey was all about, for the questions that I ask, that for the key to happiness and never the same to me. People not to just define it for the feel, but never define it else wrong. Enough for this to work that instead of the writing of your own. For this liberty for the find the road, for the leading for the same place in the effort to live that you can find the work to 95 for the unhappiness of the satisfied. Think of the definition for the living and everything for the difference of the mind, but never to find wrong, and never the different tuning for the different song, and never to find a melody for the intrusive thought for the captivating over you, making sense. And now for the being, for the never the bit to be, for the distance, for the misery, for the nothing, for the rejoicing, for granted when you can have that, for the now, for the sign, for the number, the rest of your life. I'd rather be sleeping up for the journey, hang up with your memories of you. Life of the artist and hangs a painting of and feigning, this the art gallery of the mind, make miss my dream, just a mind. Rather find us this is spirits and wine and cheese and triscuits for the belly fat for the lime. I'm trying to find a distance for the little what's left of the healthy pride. I strain the lie. Echoes of the truth, the root enough that simply can't keep up. Overfind that this is way after dark. For this is not a contest for the better than another, for the come for the same old. Where do I put it in for the squiggly lines? Just find the ink from the lines of the book for your story, for the never ain't cozy and nothing boring. And this is find the story. Wet, motion and puddle, cuddle, for this to be the title for the never the entitled, never for the take it back. This is when you find the rock a lullaby for the poem, and enough for that for the cold body for the dream fantasy of being warm. I find a little bit, you got the rockabye, baby, too stick exposed to insufferable for this. How to go for the blooms and call it the southern forces to be a cold enough for this heart. Place to find a 300 pose frame a moment. I hope this is talk is cheap to dance for me, girl. From lucky, unlucky for that you can find it never worth it. Ceremony, your master for the no matter what either. Other with the great light on yourself and themselves to get through the day. Lucky, unlucky, never have an anger. This would be the direction for there wasn't enough of the one way with the different perspective from angle. Rain and nothing at all. For the skies, the blue skies, and everything on red, but water is a living force. The life, for the bread, for the life, for the run, for the bread, for the life, for the springs of heaven, you can find it. The water of the living, everlasting. Everlasting hope. I hope I have it everlasting. Supposedly, if I'm just asking myself for the favor, some advice the person that you want to be, or is it similar to the one that you find inspiration from? The kind of joy just to be terrified of them. You dreamed of being tough, the devil thought you was doing okay, you really did. But then I saw you and I put the feet for the under the for you could find a bit. For this is all you once knew. You once walked like him, talked like him, and never didn't like you for not trust you. You deeply scared, I never ever thought possible enough for you could find the obstacle good enough to be pissed enough for hate. Because it's what's supposed to be for this. Nurture what you create, see what you with along the shore of the kicking of stones, you share a different case. Read the great seed, enough gatekeeper for your happiness is knocking on the door. But I don't have my glasses on. You keep it mistaken for the red flags, it's just ironic. I have the red flags not. I let them right in without the second thought. Find forgiveness and defeat that devil for whatever the nurses at home. Health for that for the K people, or mistaking you for your common mistakes. Never find a word of what to meet to you. For they hear to know else to put the fundamentals in the talkiness, the minus, and enough of the same nothing, whatever it is. I'm here to show you tenderness beyond compare for something you'll never wear for the gentleness of
Tyranny in order to make you forget everything before. Ever counter a degree, that did done over the tables and overreacted for the judgeable enough for the unable comfort of your own barely comprehensible. Worst principles. Can't teach, can't learn. Please, fine. Yo, barren sacred heart. This is the place where I start and be ending in the ending of beginning of me. All the alpha and the mega for the old me. I am the God, the minute man, the God. God, I'm in a minute man, the God. This is many minute pluralized that name. I don't wanna say it in vain. I'm a nobody like a spirit, no gender. Through the wood in my hands, die for the world. Look at the splinter. I would show you July 23rd and how they let see out the road through the concrete for the heart and empower you for this everything closer to the source. Turn cinder. Send your heart and love for me. Everlasting, everlasting, everlasting hope. I have it everlasting. Supposedly, if I'm just asking myself for the favor, some advice, the person that you want to be, or is it similar to the one that you find inspiration from the been the kind of joy just to be terrified of it? You dreamed to be a tough devil, thought you was doing okay, you really did. But then I saw you when I put the feet for the umpty time for you to find a bit. This is all you once knew. You once walked like him, talked like him, never didn't like you for not trust you. You be scared and never ever thought possible enough for you to find the obstacle enough to be pissed enough for hate.
Know which way to handle you. How do I get all? And I won't know which way to handle you. How do I get caught between these places and feelings that I really can't describe? Oh, I believe in believing. Never sleep today, like to sleep for sometimes. Your tears are shed in that small matter. Not mine to speak for the open mouth for some time. Remember the bitter memories of your truth. This is not your mind to mend. This is today for the never the how I've been. It's not mine to think. It's not yours for the cat of the moon for the run and trying to escape. The walls you built that kept running, break through them fast. You find ever to stop at the finding an answer for what you searched for so long. And less months go for the run. Fast enough for worthy enough for you to run fast to fate. Really created after the big place for this. It isn't never quite perfect and never to sometime look for this again. You can fix it and control, but look into the mind of you. Another for the sea, but you were thinking the mind's corrupted by your immortal jeopardy for this oath of this read, read, misinterpreted for the suggestion, find that change of world. We created monsters we cannot tame. We've let our thoughts control the most of the time for the man. Our thoughts control the rest of our mind. For the those of the place inside of us that admit the confusing never that really matters to the life and that shines and this cause. Few that never the world to make it this does run or mean and never the something and enough for the is it wrong for the yes or just a favor the bitter taste and I can find. Savor everlasting taste of the world for the tongue and it burns you. Have cried the heart for the grief for the quiver the world is mean. And maybe I'm even meaner, but I know what I mean when through the first spring tonight brushed his teeth in mine, occupied my hands and
But the fan in my bedroom wall, you can find it tearing me apart. The pain of being gutted, mutilated, finding if you deserve it enough. If you wish you ripped up your heart with your tear it, and maybe you hated it or never. The answer surprise to see, needed to the rest of it, look in the mirror. The Michael Jackson prophecy. In the back of the budget, the happier for you can find that for the beautiful, the stronger enough for the empowerment, for just all of that to just destroy the things that made you not beautiful enough that you can find more dreams. It's what the side of the candles flicker over your night. Fairy light thinking of you, or front, the heart, and the main word come across me. Rather, what could be because of her either seeking confirmation, didn't say for the believing it for what you can. Hard to keep around and rejecting of what happened and every times you find enough of the sleeping and never the dreaming, no more dreams. That's time to my way. Don't offer your days, and this is all for the righteous to sleep. And I don't know which way to handle you. How do I get all between these and feelings that I really can't describe? I believe in believing. Never sleep today, I like to sleep sometimes. Your tears are shed in that small matter. Not mine to speak for the open mouth for some time. Remember the bitter memories of your truth. This is not your mind to mend. This is today for the never, the how I've been. It's not mine to think. It's not yours for the cat or the moon for the run and trying to escape. The walls you built kept running from break through them fast. You find ever to stop at the finding an answer. What you searched for so long, enough months ago for run. Fast enough for worthy enough to run fast to the fate. Really create that for the big place for this. Billions are never quite perfect and never sometimes look for this again. We can fix it and control. Look into the mind of you. Another for the sea, but you were thinking the mind's corrupted more. You're ready for this oath of the history. Read, misinterpreted for the suggestion. Find that change in the world. We created monsters we cannot tame. If let our thoughts control the most time for let our thoughts control the rest of our mind. For those are the places inside of us that admit the confusing of it that really matters in the life, and that's the shine to this cause. You don't have the world to make it, this it doesn't run. Or mean and never there's something in enough for the isn't wrong for this, it's just a flavor, the bitter taste and I can find. You save it everlasting taste of the world for the tongue and it burns you. Have pride, the heart for the cook of the world is me. Maybe I don't even mean it, but I know what I mean when the first spring tonight. The brush to your teeth of mine, occupied my hands and then with the fan in my bedroom wall. You find it tearing me apart. The pain of being gutted, mutilated, finding if you deserve it enough. Wish you ripped up your heart with your tear it, and maybe you hated it or never. The eyes are surprised to see, needed to the rest of it, look in the mirror. The Michael Jackson prophecy. In the back of the budget, the happier for you can find that for the beautiful, the stronger enough for the empowerment. Just all of that to just destroy the things that made you not beautiful enough that you can find more dream. It's what the side of the candles flicker over your night. Fairy light thinking of you, or front of the heart, the main worry. Come across me, rather, what could be because of her for either seeking confirmation, didn't say for the believing it for what you can't. Hard to keep around and rejecting it for what happened and never the times that you can find enough of the sleeping and never the dreaming you for the no more dreams you can find. Wake up. You brought that sunshine to my way. Don't offer your days, and this is all for the righteous to sleep. Sheep, sleep. Ho, my, ho, my heart is a little close. You're hiding your smile to give me something to be amused about. Maybe you'll see mine, or best to suffer in silence. Oh, my heart is a little closer. You're hiding your smile to give me something to be amused about. Maybe you see mine, or best to suffer in silence than dying of violence. Maybe it's better that nobody knows about the art, the poetry, the prose. This maybe just suppose better the way for the giving up and the fading away for the, it would never to be honest with myself of what maybe it's better that I just try harder, like not to lie, to cheat, to steal, to barter over the finding what's the start. Maybe I should do whatever it takes to make it. Gotta go harder. The regret looking at the reflection, the tears of the mind, for they don't like the person you become, for this is leaving the world behind. How a guy gets his name fully intertwined. It's all the reflection and the tears of the mind for the person to become, for the left. Bees watch that, pray for the steady and close to this and hearing the breath. Hearing or seeing the licks of lips divine, the heartbeats as if one was to be instructed to eat, for this pity for the wolf, and you can't live up to pray for the broth. Rather to eat, for this to be turned away, for the glancing one last time, for this parade before the starving away. Jazz off to this a rough start, for the weather is shit, and finally late for work. You can find a lifting of what you completely messed up, for the believing before dawn. Slice the hand up, finally gets one of those days for the missing and more than the normal, for the ever the getting is just harder, for the visit, the voice of this, the touch, the face of this, and miss all of who. The side and city for the prison, the darkness and the high was shrouding the streets of the watch quickly for the shadows grow. Tall they stand, pierced in skyscrapers, knifing over the brilliant dark clouds you're fighting. They will keep the dawn away, oblivion, standing. And they protect their sin monsters left bore from blackness, and this is hiding for the sinking for the alleys and gloom. Sharpest edges, and you can find holding back the day, for they cannot come for destroying and all their work for the straying and the pushing for the night. Brilliant peak dawn that comes anyway for the not caring for the whims, the silent city. Can't come straight into push for the night. Brilliant dawn. Growing the light fills the sharp edge of silence. City for the pushing back for the never understanding the shadows of the struggle for your focus. Small was the silver a light. Never. Just sorry for kissing you, the big mistake of doing. Listen to that for the one to fly, for the fly in the height, for this to see for all my senses, for the pull me to over step back. From where I would look down and remember that was all the worth. God knows why the fireworks shooting across the sky made me awestruck. This is awestruck. This is the closest that I can see the vision, but it no longer be division. It would be no longer be division. I can't deny the peace that I feel with the bird ahead, for the listen scan, for the belonging to the darkness of the universe, and all of that along with all the calm once again. For this there, all the moon, for this divine, soon enough that you can be important bent. Over the raging with the windy core, for the riveting over the storms of the cold night, for the dark jade, cloak releasing unclear with the weeping of girl. Guiding, gluing the pieces of captain over the wreck heart, for this line of an ember shore, for the blissful champion, your never ending of a encore, on or off. This core for the happy belated, for the center, for the never defined that. And another for the spring, for the fantasy, for the series, or birds singing and discussing with each other, for the best place to start a nest of this spring that rains and silent. Flowers come up to the bird in the cage, and never the rejoice of the warm sun, for the after that long hard winter, for the you can be broader with the outside and never the green trees. Blue sky, my eyes light up, and you can finally say I'm free. This is the door of the cage swing open, the bird is free. The anxiety freezes the body still, for the never to say the safe, for this is sake. Scared of love, leaves, scared enough of the side, this finding of the ego for the thriving of the defense to see for the wings and never go. This is setting me free for the you don't know the damn well enough of the afraid to leave for the wings to take off with it. No longer love me, I can leave me. But you won't believe that I can be live me. Hold my heart just a little closer. You're hiding your smile to give me something to be amused about. Maybe you see mine, or best to suffer in silence, dying of violence. Maybe it's better that nobody knows about the art, the poetry, the prose. This
maybe just supposed to better the way for the giving up and the fading away for the, it would never to be honest with myself of when maybe it's better that I just try harder, like not to lie to cheat still.
My heart is a little closer. You hidden your smile to give me something. My heart is a little closer. You hidden your smile to give me something to be amused about. Maybe you will see mine. Your best to suffer in silence. Invisible love,
Invisible love has the heart that aches for. Should it be with you? Or when I lay with last? With anyone on my mind for daydream, for someone you hold your hand, but whose hand is in? When I imagine hugging with the love, but this arms are holding me. Or for someone to love me, or for this is the person I want to love from. In this sleepy blue ocean, and dedicated for the never, the to me I love. Out of the open light to this dove. Such white noise fumbling from along like an ocean. Above liberating yourself to free yourself from the love of the dead. Melodies for the living and artists and love of the living and painters and over the deceased poet. Dive down deep to your core of the mist. Love yourself for the worst of your prophet. Or to see without my eyes. In a second you can find it to the sight. By the time I cried, but the moment you took flight. It's been long and long the time but since you saw your face and never defined the for the subject, and now yet I can pick up my fade. Now to draw a figure for the field, masquerades by the crowd, but the guests out and find with the poem and never to say it out loud. Nobles enough to form with affection for the never between that David and Jonathan, but you can find a David and get alive with the conclusion with the kept hid and never the bookshelf, but you can find it. All of this for the run, for the heels of the basis of what you find philosophy for the showing your convolution of your inside of your soul for the spirit you can find ridiculous and never to find a mockery, but sometimes you put it into the pillory for it. How can I and how do I find a way to confess it with the feelings and within the day for this to see it not an illusion, for the vulnerability for the sudden words in the seclusion. Comfort isn't harm and another rusty clock parts. This is looking for your indie signs that this is left of being happy and never the room with them already. An aroma, blending with the presence of what you find. This is a conviction or confidence in your analysis in the days and bad days. Visible to never to find a sleepy time. Or restore salvation. Chase the pain within the riddle to never to have it always done for the evil. And my heart aches this to find a change, and it wasn't like this for the different for now, because it was different for me. The moon and I path gets along the game. Dreary, they must find the pavement of the way. I'm trying to remember who I am for the journey and about that. Voting for the beginning, for the night comes on over me, for the looking so hot enough that they're going to get down for the darkness and what the moon lies to be. Evolving in a you forgot to mention for the dinosaurs and how you thought honest was a mistake and never to feel alive, but dissipate their own sins yet forgiven, but never to be the dismissed. Nobody and nothing is perfect for the skyscrapers, and you teach and touch your stars and breathe. Rent that for the art twice as high enough to find a bullet for the travels so fast enough to feel. Don't know how to feel, but you can still find what's that 2% for the rules always changing, what's to find flashing. The contents of your wallet for what you find. The end of your neighborhood for the signification of the beginning and the high rise, and never to have lost that for the culture for the ever graciously becoming kind of die. Only worth that, but to produce that for what have killed for the many, for the never have blocked out for your son. For this is mine, have not changed or progress. Feeling alive, as I said before I die. Never the time in the sky, for the so hot I never wanted to feel. For the friend who saw the darkness with the noise, and never the constant buzz, and all the words, this defense. The inner voice the shadows, murk, tricks, the feeling alive, and never to find a fiction over the outright lies, and you're flooded into the men for the dragging, you're driving over yourself with the wild timber over your sea for the signature. Heart, hands, leaving over your breath, it gets too small enough for you simply cannot see the light. You are the star for your empty in the night, ever distant twinkle, reflection. And the feeling alive, as I said before I die, friend who saw all that darkness and what you find the equation of the your presence in your heartbeat. This is lacking confidence in getting away from your goals of pretending. One of the goals to do for the never to mind, the more confident for the words, and never to say the actions that I'm feeling. For by ready never to telling yourself and not for nothing else to feel and never to work out for me myself and feel better about it and never to not working for the actually working or being more confident than never to be the confidence. Convince yourself of the myself that I can be. Lacking the confidence to get in the way for your goals of the pretending. One of the goals is never to find more than confident enough for the words, for the actions, and never to find failing. What's pretending and the never I already am, but I never to telling yourself and never to myself that I have nothing and I need to work on. Or to make sense of this to feel better for the body, and never to find working you're actually working on being more confident than ever to have convincing yourself that it can be. Like confidence due to gratitude that have been looking for your words and you're stressing over the feelings and over the chest that has been and never that slowly you're building over your present. I ain't wonder for the heaven or never, no down for the now, for the life, for the live, for the forward, and never the reluctant enough of your gratitude, but sometimes it's hard to confess of what you can find before it's too late. Thanks for loving me, you can have that truly blessing.
Invisible love.
Invisible love. Has the heart that aches for. Should it be with you? Or when I lay with ask for the anyone on my mind for daydream for someone you hold in hand, but whose hand is in? When I imagine hugging with the love that this is arms are holding. Invisible love. Invisible love. Has the heart that aches for. Should it be with you? Or when I lay with ask, was there anyone on my mind for daydream for someone you hold in hand, but whose hand is in? When I imagine hugging with the love that this arms are holding me. Or for someone to love me, or for this is the person I want to love from. In this sleepy blue ocean and dedicated for the never to me I love. Out of the open like this dove. Such white noise fumbling from along like an ocean. Above, liberating yourself to free yourself from the love of the dead. Melodies for the living and artists and never living in pain and never the deceased poet. Dive down deep to your core of the mist. Love yourself for the worst of your profit. You see without my eyes, in a second you can find it to the sight. By the time I cried, the moment you took flight. It's been long and long the time since you saw your face and never defined the form for the subject, and now yet I can pick up my fade. Now to draw a figure for the field, mesmerized by the pride for the guest out and find for the poem and never to say it out loud. Nobles enough to form with affection for the never between that David and Jonathan, but you can find a David and get alive for the conclusion with the gap hid and never the bookshelf, but you can find all of this for the run for the heels of the basis of what you find philosophy for the showing your evolution of your insight of your soul for the spirit. You can find ridiculous and never to find a mockery for this. Sometimes you put it into the pillory for it. How can I? How do I find a way? Confess it with the feelings and within the day for this to see it not an illusion for the vulnerability for the sudden words in the seclusion. Comfort is in harm and another rustic clock parts distance looking for your any signs of this is life of being happy and never the room with the and aroma blending with the presence of what you find. This is a conviction or confidence in your analysis in the days and bad days. Invisible to never define a sleepy time or restore salvation, chase the pain within, rid of it and never to have it always done for the hate within. My heart aches, this is finally change, and it wasn't like this for the different from now because it was different for me. The moon and I path against a long decay. Dreary, they must find the pavement of the way. I'm trying to remember who I am for the journey and about that. Voting for the beginning, for the night comes on over me for the looking so hot enough that they're going to get down for the darkness and what the moon and eyes be. Or devolving and you forgot to mention for the dinosaurs and how you thought I honestly was mistaken never to feel alive for this to make their own sins yet forgiven for the never to be dismissed. Nobody and nothing is perfect for the skyscrapers and you teach and touch the stars and read. Rent stamp for the art the twice as high to never to find a bullet for the travels so faster than never to feel. Don't know how to forgive. You can still find what's that too for the sin for the rules always changing what's to find flashing.